Some of my favorite memories happen in the kitchen. Today, Mom and I are spending the morning canning some fresh green beans just like generations before us did. While the jars are being washed and filled, we're also cooking up some breakfast the way that my great grandma did, working side by side while taking a trip down memory lane as Mom shares stories from years gone by. We're going to walk you through the step by step process of pressure canning green beans, from preparing the beans and packing them into the jars to processing them safely in the canner. But more than that, we're sharing the conversations, the memories, and traditions that make preserving food about so much more than what's on the pantry shelf in life before the convenience was just a trip down to the grocery store. So, whether you're new to canning or you've been doing it for a few years now, we hope to encourage you to slow down, gather around the kitchen table, and preserve not only your food, but the stories and traditions that come with it. Stories that turn into memories and last for generations to come. So pull up a chair, y'all, grab a cup of coffee or some iced tea, and join us for a day in the kitchen.
All right. What I do to warm up my jars is I just use hot tap water. I get the water as hot as I can get it, and I put them in the jars so the jars can start warming up. And then what I'll do is I'll dump this water out into my pitcher, fill up my beans, do my salt, use this water that I use to warm them up to pour back into my beans, and then I put the lids on them and I put them in the canner. But for right now, I got to get the sausage out. You had a story that you said Dad did. That he and his brother.
Yeah, him and his brother Joe, they were in Louisiana. They were out in the country. And they came up on this little store and had a porch to it. And on the porch sat two women. And in between their chairs, their rocking chairs they were sitting, there was a bushel of beans. And they were sitting there snapping beans, talking and laughing, and just having a good time visiting. And that's the way it used to be. My kids, when they were growing up, they didn't mind the snapping the beans.
No.
It was fun time. It was outside.
Okay. So your lid goes on. Close it up. And then you let it sit. I'm going to increase my temperature on my burner. And then what we'll do is we let it get to temperature, and it will start when it's about ready, you'll start seeing some steam coming out of this little nozzle. And when it starts steaming good, you set your timer for 10 minutes and you let that steam through. After 10 minutes, you take your little jiggler and you would put it just like that on there. And then you start watching your pressure gauge go up. So we won't jump into all that just yet. We'll come back to that part. But in the meantime, we're going to take a little commercial break. We're going to eat some breakfast. How's that sound?
Yeah. I was going to tell you, I can remember Nanny making biscuits, and she would have a big white dish pan that she kept flour in, and she would pour her buttermilk in it and mix it up with some lard and roll out, we always call them cathead biscuits. They were huge. And so then when she got that flour that was in that pan, always stayed in that pan, she put it in the pantry, put a towel over it, and it'd be ready for the next meal.
And she just did buttermilk?
She just did buttermilk and usually lard or something, some kind of fat, but that's all she did.
So no baking soda, no powder, nothing like that, huh? That you know of?
That I know of. I never saw her put it in there, but it might have been in there, but she made beautiful biscuits. Everybody loved her biscuits. She never made a bad biscuit. That's what that kind of reminds me of. Yeah.
Oh, my biscuits remind you of Nanny's biscuits.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm carrying
Yeah.
on a tradition here.
yeah. And she'd put them in a pan like that.
Yeah, cast iron?
Yeah.
That's all I cook in anymore is a cast iron.
Yeah,
I like it.
and I do too.
Now you're cutting these beans instead of snapping them because this just goes a lot quicker for you.
A lot quicker. But you kids, you snapped them. But-
We weren't allowed to go quick because we needed to stay out of your hair.
Right. But it's just quicker now.
Yeah.
I just line them up and cut them in size and cut the ends off. And sometimes you can leave these ends on. The
I
end.
see that you've got some of those in
Yeah,
there.
because from what I had heard, that there's a flavor. They kind of help flavor the beans a little bit more. So once in a while we'll put those in.
Yeah.
Okay, breakfast ready?
Breakfast is ready. Let's eat some
Okay.
breakfast.
That's all we got left.
All right. Breakfast is done. Our nice little commercial break, right?
Yes, very good breakfast.
It was good. Those biscuits,
They were
Man.
good. They were very light and tender.
they turned out really good.
Yes, they did. Keep that recipe.
Well, all I did is I just substituted my regular flour that I make for
The bread flour.
bread flour. So I'm
Keep that in mind.
going to have to keep that in mind. All right, looking at this canner, we are almost to 10 pounds. It's just about there. What we're going to do now is I'm just going to adjust my temperature a little bit, and we're going to try to keep it at that 10-pound mark. And in the meantime, I am warming up my next batch of jars. And we'll get this second canner going. So we're almost done with cutting these up. I think we'll be pretty close to 7 quarts, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully we don't run too short.
Well, if you do it, you only have, instead of doing 7 quarts, you do 6.
But so that actually brings up a good point, because if you do that and you don't have 7 jars in your canner, don't you have to put one in there
You put one in there with water in it.
with water in it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I am smelling gas here, so that means my burner was a little wonky and it dropped on me already. Good gracious, that dropped. So perfect case in point, if your temperature happens to drop, it's okay, just get it back up there as quick as you can. Once it gets back up to that 10, it is, I was going to look that up. How many minutes that it has to go in a quart?
You just have to,
Isn't it 20 minutes?
Yeah.
20, 25. I'll look real quick. All right, we're just about to 10, so I'm going to start my timer. 25 minutes. And we're going to roll with it. I got hot water in the other canner. These jars are very warm right now. We'll start canning them up. Have you always used a Presto canner?
yep. That's all I ever had.
Was the Presto.
I've had them for years. Never had a reason to buy another one.
Very reputable. I'll see if I can find the link to the one that we use, and I'll put it on our show notes also. So folks, again, we are not an affiliate to Presto. Wouldn't mind being an affiliate. That is the only one that I've ever used too, but probably just more so by default because that's what you gave me. There are other good canning products out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
You've never done, so my temperature pressure got a little over 10. I just adjusted my heat.
Right.
It'll be fine. Just keep an eye on it. You've never done, or have you ever done an electric canner?
No.
But you know people who have, don't
Well, yeah, your sister does.
you? She does an electric canner?
Yeah, she has an electric canner.
I don't know how I would handle that.
Hers is a small one, so for small canning,
me.
that would be fine.
Uh-huh.
But I was always comfortable with the one I had, so.
And you have always canned on gas,
Always on gas.
always
But,
on gas.
Yeah. But
Or
I have, when we moved to Florida, well, I didn't do too much canning then, but I
the
have
second,
done it.
the second or third time back to Florida. After Daddy got out of the service and they were bouncing around, they came back to Florida again. Because you were born and raised here, but the coming back to Florida is what she's talking about.
Yeah. So I have done it on electric, but I didn't like using electric. It was harder I felt like it was harder to control it.
Harder to maintain it.
Yeah,
And those glass top.
they're glass tops. They
can't-
are making them today where you can on them. Oh, shoot.
Where you put the cuttings.
Yeah.
The glass top burners.
It gets too hot underneath the pan, and it will cause them to break. But you just have to ask the dealer or ask the maker if you can use canning on them. Some of them you can today, the new ones.
Uh-huh. There's a couple that we follow on YouTube, and she was talking about her stove. She had a gas stove, and she actually changed and went to the glass top. I was kind of looking at her like cross-eyed. Why in the world would you do that? But she actually likes it. It's her personal preference, which is fine. But she said she does good with it, but she does not can on it. She does her water, and she's got a fairly new one. She does her water bath canning,
No, that would work okay, yeah,
but not her,
the canner,
not the pressure canner.
yeah.
I don't know if see, this is what happens when you get talking. I don't know if I got the bubbles out of that last jar.
It won't hurt.
Well, I'm not filling them up either because I'm looking at what you've done up and I'm looking at how many jars I have left. So I'm kind of spacing out my jars a little bit. And these are wide mouth jars.
Yeah,
Wide mouth jars to me, they seem to,
take up more.
they have more room to them. At least that's what I think. Got some ends in these. Now you can do this in pints also, but you don't want to mix a quart-sized jar and a pint-sized jar in the same canner, do you?
Well, it's different time in canning, so you would have to, for a quart is 25 minutes, where for a pint would be about 20 minutes.
No, it's backward. Oh yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
So if you let it go to cover the quart, then you're overdoing your pints.
Excuse me. What's your favorite thing to can?
My favorite thing to can?
Yeah.
Well, I like
Might be.
canning beans. And I like canning soups, stews. And I like making jellies.
I think jelly is your
It's my favorite. In fact, I heard one the other day. It's called jessamine jelly jam.
Jessamine or
Yeah.
jasmine?
No, jessamine.
Jasmine.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, okay, never heard of that one before. So it looked interesting. So I might try that. It was a very popular jelly back in the 50s. And especially in Florida and Texas and Louisiana.
What is it made from?
You take apple jelly and you take pineapple jam, or pineapple preserves. You take a little bit of horseradish. You take red peppers, a little bit of red peppers, salt and pepper. I mean salt, and I think that's all you put in there. And then you put it all together and you serve. You can use it for a marinade. You can use it on crackers, and or on like cream cheese. You can use it for that. So I thought it was kind of interesting. The horseradish kind of intrigued me a little bit.
Well, that when you said that,
Yeah. So it has a little bit of a kick to it, but it's the sweetness from the jelly and the preserves cuts that down some.
well, it's like when you take like a pepper jelly and you put it on some cream cheese, serve it with crackers.
Crackers. This is basically the same thing. You use it for marinade. You can marinate your food, your meats. You can make it. You can use like the hot. You know how you use grape jelly, and with meatballs.
Yes.
You could do that too. So I thought it would be just something a little different. You can use pineapple, or you can use apricot. You can use peach preserves. So it's different varieties to it.
Huh. Guess what? We will be able to use all 7 jars.
Oh, good.
Actually,
So you know that a half a bushel equals 7 jars
14.
of 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost. Here you got some longer
That's why I
ends.
said we could pick some out of here.
Longer ends here.
Yeah. Oop.
I'm gonna crank up the temperature on this, get this one to steam. This one is holding steady at 10 pounds. We've got about 11 minutes left on the timer. So now the fun part of just
Waiting.
waiting. We clean up and we wait. All right, so this is now my Hoosier cabinet. It was Mom's, and but Billy, she gifted it to us last year, and Billy completely rebuilt it. It was not blueberry blue, but when we were looking into Hoosier cabinets and doing some research on them, this was actually one of those popular colors.
Could've been. Yeah,
Blueberry
yeah.
blue
Yeah.
was a popular, and we didn't know it at the time until we painted it. And
When I got it, it was white.
it was white. So tell the story about this Hoosier cabinet.
We had some friends up in Indiana, and they lived on a farm. And I went out to their house on the farm. Their mother was there. And in the course of the conversation, she started telling me about this Hoosier cabinet. And she had it stored in the chicken house. And so she said, if you want it, you can have it. So we went out in the chicken house, got it out of the chicken house, brought it home. A friend of mine, we kind of sanded it down, cleaned it all up, washed it down, and repainted it, and it stayed with us for a good, let's see, probably 40 years, at least 40, at least 40.
Well, you had it before me.
Yeah.
So this was when Daddy, was he stationed in Indiana at that point or just got out?
No, he was out.
He was out.
He was
Was
out.
Missy and Rodney around?
No,
Okay.
it was
so
way before them.
it was before them?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's at least 63 years.
Yeah. So I've had it. We've had it that long, at least.
At least.
Yeah.
At least that long.
Yeah.
But
So,
but this age, when we started researching it, what we think is that the age of it is around 100 years.
Yeah.
1900.
1900.
Between the 1900s to the 1920s.
Yeah.
Is what we kind of
And it
dated this at.
And it has on the back of this the original where it was made.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah,
Louisiana,
we did preserve that.
in Louisiana, and I don't know if it had a date on it or not, but that's
Was
where
it Louisiana or Indiana?
Indiana. I'm
Indiana,
sorry.
because
Yeah,
of Hoosiers.
right.
And
that's
this was-
how Hoosier cabinets came about, because they were made to begin with in Indiana.
In Indiana.
That's why they're called Hoosier cabinets.
And they were made because kitchens didn't have cabinets.
No,
So these were your cabinets.
these were the cabinets.
So inside this, let me bring the camera closer. If you want to open up some of the doors, you want to go ahead and open up that top section. So in there, that is, of course, you'll see what we have in here.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the flour mill.
The flour bin, and that's the original. That's still the same one.
And he just repurposed that.
He cleaned it up. Yeah.
And the flour would come out of that bin.
Down, you just, when you want flour, you just sift it down.
Yeah.
It
And-
just stayed in there.
And a bowl similar to that.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And then go ahead with the bottom drawers.
Well, this held all your spices and your cooking stuff. And under here, there was a rack that had salt and peppers, and that was all under there.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them had doors that came down. This one didn't. This one never had one.
Mm-hmm.
And then this pulls out. This was your working table to roll your biscuits and your pie dough. This is just a regular drawer, utility drawer. Same way with this one. This was a bread holder. It had there was a metal sheet on the top of it, and that's where you store your bread. After bread was made, you put it in there. This had a rack on it, and this is where you kept all your pots and pans. The rack is where the lids stay, flat pans. Now, this also had under here, it had a drawer that pulled out, was like a butcher block.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah, I
you-
saw the opening underneath there.
Yeah, it's right here.
It's right there.
Yeah. And that was it. It was handy. I loved it. I used it. It was my lifesaver in my home.
And now I get to use it.
Yeah, you get to use it.
And
so,
I love it.
yeah. And this pulls out.
Yeah.
This can pull out. Yeah,
Gives you a little bit more room.
yeah.
Obviously, I got to clean it off a little bit.
But this is the original one. This one came with it.
I think
so-
Billy just had to clean it up a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
think he had to do.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do much to that one.
No.
Our canner is talking to us over there.
Yeah.
Still about 4 more minutes on that timer for the steamer. Our second canner is just about done. 10 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and put the little jiggler on here. And now we will let that get to pressure. Again, we want to get it up to 10 pounds. So once it gets to 10 pounds, we will adjust our heat to maintain that 10-pound pressure. And we'll start our timer for another 25 minutes and let it continue to pressure cook for those 25 minutes. Turn off the timer turn off the heat, and let it sit just like we were doing with this one. Now this one, the pressure did go all the way down to 0, but it is not yet ready.
No.
That little button right there is still up. So still don't touch it. When that goes down, that's our sign to go ahead and open it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn my exhaust up just a little bit though, because it's
Getting hot.
getting hot in here. We have little ones here, so if you hear kids coming in the door. So there they are. Oh, we had a lid pop off, Mom.
We had what?
We had a lid pop off.
Uh-oh.
Now, isn't that interesting? Look at there.
Yep.
The seal and everything.
Yeah, evidently wasn't on tight. No.
So I didn't put it on tight. I didn't finger tight. Okay. So good example. I'm actually glad that happened.
Yeah.
Because we can show that it does happen. And I don't think the jar did not break.
No, it could be the lid just wasn't on tight.
Obviously I didn't
You get it tight enough.
get it tight enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. They've sat for a few minutes now at this point with the lid up. I'm just gonna move them over here. And then the ping will start happening. Now this jar, Mom, is not broken.
No, it's
The
fine.
lid is off.
Yeah.
The green beans are fine. We can still eat them, right?
Yeah, you can have them tonight for supper.
We can have them for supper.
They're already cooked.
So they will not go to waste.
No.
Now, if the jar broke,
Then you couldn't.
Then you
use it.
wouldn't.
No.
you wouldn't use them because you don't want to take that chance. These turned out good. This one's at 10 pounds. Still, it's maintaining its, yeah, jar's fine. Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get that lid on there good enough. Isn't that something? It
That probably might
literally,
have been that last lid, the last one you put in,
may have been.
because that was the one that doesn't have as many beans in it. So.
Well, this is the first batch. It's the second batch that we,
okay. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
but there they are.
So that's only the second time
That's-
that's ever happened to you.
That's only the second time. Lid and all, nothing's
Yeah.
wrong with it. All right, found another bean on the floor. This timer is now at 20 seconds. We're just gonna go ahead and shut it off. I'm gonna turn off my heat, and we will now let it sit again, like we did with the first one. Let that pressure come all the way down to 0. Mom's button is actually back here on the back instead of where mine was on the front. So when that little button goes down, then we're good to go. Take off the jiggler, we'll take off the lid, let them sit for a few minutes in an open canner, and put them over here next to our others where these have been pinging. The pings are happening. And when you hear the ping on your jars, then you know that you have a good seal. So,
And done.
and we're done at that point, not now.
I was thinking it had already gone down, but it hasn't. No.
No, it hasn't gone down. All right.
We're
We
at-
are going to go ahead and wrap up this session of canning the green beans.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yes, it was. Very enjoyable. So,
And
yeah.
I like the stories that you shared. We got to talk about the Hoosier cabinet.
Yeah. So that goes down in history.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we have it. We have documentation of that now.
Right. Yeah.
So this is almost done with its pressure. And then once that little button goes down, we'll be opening this up and letting these cans or these jars ping. And we'll usually let them sit out about 24. I usually let them sit about 24
Set them
hours.
overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least overnight.
And then
For
that
you.
way they're good to go.
Right. Right.
If you
They're
didn't
good.
have any pings, just remember, put them in your refrigerator. Eat them for supper that night.
Right.
You'll be good to go.
We're good to go. We got 14 jars of green
14
beans.
green,
Yeah.
out of a half a bushel.
Yeah.
So now you know what to do.
We got our green vegetable for
Yeah.
the next 7 months.
Yeah. There's a lot of veggies there. So. Well, thank you, Mom.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you for being on my.
I
part of this.
enjoyed it.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So until next time, keep growing, keep preserving, and keep that Florida homesteader spirit alive. Y'all come back now.
See you later.